Let's start exploring the different tools of UV. So we have this object, this cube. I'm going to take the UVs. And the first one I want to present you is the AutoUV. As you can see here, this automatically unwrap and pack UVs. So let's click it and see what happens. So as soon as you click it, you see that there is a design that is created by the system automatically, by Unreal automatically, and this is how the materials that you're going to put over this square is going to work. And as you can see, it's not necessarily the structure of the way that we want the materials to be placed on here. So you can play with several options. I'm going to present you this tool, though it is not the one that I use the most. And we're going to present this later on with some examples. But you can also define the method, the AutoUV, how it's going to be. So you can use the UV Atlas, which is another way of, as you can see, it's different, the representation. And you can also use the X Atlas. The X Atlas, if you ask me, is the closer to a very more consistent structure for the UVs, because if you use the other two, as you can see in several sections, they are dividing how the UV will be presented in terms of the triangles that define every face of this square. One face that has 4 vertices is going to have 2 triangles. And when the UV is divided by the triangles, then this weird effect appears. Don't worry, we're going to talk about this with an example later on. So the best one in this case for me is definitely the case of the X Atlas. If that it will be if I have to pick one of them, this is definitely the one that I would use. The other thing is other interesting variables that I would use are the, for example, the checker density. And when I say the checker density is because by default, the the materials that we use to represent the UV is this kind of checkerboard. And you can define how dense you want this object to be or not. The other option is that you can also use a material directly. Instead of using the checker, you can use the original, which is this one, or you can use also an overdrive material where you can place your material directly over the system. I tend to use checkboard for everything when I'm defining the UVs. And when I have to make some other adjustments, well, you will see how I'm going to handle this. So let me accept at this moment and continue this process.